Hello everyone, we are group 7 from division O. So in this video we will see what is RISC and CISC architecture. Here our main agenda is to look what is CISC, what is RISC, their attributes and their disadvantages. So let us see more about the same one by one. So let us begin with CISC. So CISC is an acronym for Complex Instruction Set Computer and are chips that are easy to program and which make efficient use of memory. Since the earliest machines were programmed in assembly language and memory was slow and expensive, the CISC philosophy made sense and was commonly implemented in such large computers as the PDP-11 and the DEC system 10 and 20 machines. Most common microprocessor designs such as Intel 80x60 and Motorola 68K series followed the CISC philosophy, but recent changes in software and hardware technology have forced a re-examination of CISC and many modern CISC processor and hybrid implementing many RISC principles. CISC was developed to make compiler development simple. It shifts most of the burden of generating machine instruction to the processor.
Now let us look at some of the attributes of CISC architecture. The first one is complex instruction decoding logic driven by the need for a single instruction to support multiple addressing modes. The second one is a small number of general purpose registers, the direct result of having instructions which can operate directly on memory and the limited amount of chip space not dedicated to instruction decoding, execution, and microcode storage. The third attribute is several special purpose registers. Many CISC designs set special registers for the stack pointer, interrupt handling, and so on. This can simplify the hardware design somewhat at the expense of making the instruction set more complex. The last attribute of CISC architecture is a condition code register, which is set as the size of most instructions. This register reflects whether the result of the last operation is less than, equal to, or greater than 0 and records if certain error conditions occur.
Now let us see some disadvantages of CISC. Earlier generations of a processor family generally were contained as a subset in every new version. So instruction set and chip hardware become more complex with each generation of computers. Many specialized instructions aren't used frequently enough to justify their existence. Approximately 20% of the available instructions are used in a typical program. CISC instructions typically set the condition codes as a side effect of the instruction. Not only does setting the condition code take time, but programmers have to remember to examine the condition code bits before a subsequent instruction changes them.
Now let us see what is RISC. RISC or Reduced Instruction Set Computer is a type of microprocessor architecture that utilizes a small, highly optimized set of instructions rather than a more specialized set of instructions often found in other type of architectures. The RISC concept has led to a more full design of the microprocessor. Among design considerations are how well an instruction can be mapped to the clock speed of the microprocessor, how simple an architecture is required, and how much work can be done by the microchip itself without restoring to software help. Now let us see what are RISC attributes. Extensive instructions, complex and efficient machine instructions, micro-encoding of machine instructions, extensive addressing capability for memory operations, relatively few registers, and many symmetric registers which are organized into a register file.
Now let's see some RISC disadvantages. There is still considerable controversy among experts about the ultimate value of RISC architectures. Its proponents argue that RISC machines are both cheaper and faster and are therefore the machines of the future. However, by making the hardware simpler, RISC architectures put a greater burden on the software. Is this worth the trouble? Because conventional microprocessors are becoming increasingly fast and cheap anyways.
Hello everyone. So let's see the differentiation between RISC and CISC. RISC is a reduced instruction set. CISC is a complex instruction set. The number of instruction is less as compared to CISC. The number of instruction is more as compared to RISC. The addressing modes are less in RISC. The addressing modes are more in CISC. RISC works in a fixed instruction format. CISC works in a variable instruction format. The RISC consumes low power. The CISC consumes high power. The RISC processors are highly pipelined. The CISC processors are less pipelined. RISC optimizes the performance by focusing on software. CISC optimizes the performance by focusing on hardware. RISC requires more RAM and CISC requires less RAM.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.